What's up YouTube, CloudNV here, and welcome to my draft analysis for the ISA. That is the International Showdown Association. I keep forgetting it, I just want to make sure I got it right. But just as it sounds, it's a showdown-based league. We are still in the... I don't know what to call it really. It's like a test season, so season 1, but really just kind of figuring out what's going on kind of deal. But, season 1 nonetheless. And Vito Minoa's Pass and Dracopion were nice enough to invite me into this, so I would like to do as much as I can in support it. But luckily, we did manage to find the remaining 9 people like that, so pluses. But we got drafting almost immediately, and I wanted to share with you the team I picked up, and how great or terrible you might think it is. So, input is very welcome, preferably constructive criticism. I mean, I can't stop you, so do whatever. But anyway, it was, I like to think I got a well-balanced squad going on. I kind of just shot in the dark of stuff I A, haven't used, or B, loved using. But let's get this kicked off. First round pick. 6th overall. We have Zapdos. Zapdos is that mon. This is the third league that I've participated in, where we just drafted off the bat. And WPF, I wanted Zapdos. Missed out on Zapdos, Raikou, and Jolteon, all in the same round. All in the same round. Second league, random salary league. It's 8 people, it's just for fun. Missed out on Zapdos again. So I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna pick it first. I want Zapdos. I want that Volt Switch. And I want that Mystery Bulk. And, yeah, Zapdos is power. Zapdos is Defog. You can Specs, you can Scarf. It's even got a couple physical attacks that I like to run. But, I seem to have this pattern of picking the lowest tier out of everyone round 1. Because we had it ranked in tiers, not OU, UU, RU, etc. We had it ranked S through E, where E being a couple PUs, and I think it's mainly based off of this format's viability, because there's a couple PUs that got moved up to the D rank. Like Tangela. Tangela's super viable, but it's worth more than other PUs because it's super viable. Getting back on track. I wanted Zapdos. I needed Zapdos. So we went and grabbed it up. I named it Stormcaller because I'm a big Destiny player. For those of you who don't play Destiny, it's a Warlock subclass. You pretty much get all electrified and fly around with your Sith Lightning going It's fun. It's a lot of fun because you get to shoot lightning at people, and I feel like it's very Zapdos worthy, especially because it is the Stormcaller. Like, come on. But yeah, that's it for Zapdos. I mean, yeah, it's power. I had to have it first round. Second round, I decided I'm gonna draft this one smart. I'm not just gonna be like, yeah, I want that. No, I sat down and I thought for like half a minute. And I decided, well, Zapdos is weak to rock. It's weak to ice. I might as well get something to cover those weaknesses. So we grabbed up Scizor. And right after I picked up, I was like, Scizor doesn't cover rock, it does base damage, what am I talking about? But we do cover that ice weakness, which is completely okay. And Zapdos is able to knock out Scizor's fire weakness with Rain Dance. So that's good by themselves. I'm very okay with that pick. Scizor's also a power. Scizor was my S pick for this league, my S rank, which I guess would be like OU/Ubers-ish. But Scizor's great. It's got priority, it's got giant attack, giant defense. It only has 1 weakness, which is very common, but also it's only 1, so... I mean, it's an even trade, I think. You can defog, you can tank with a Scizor. Pretty much Zapdos status with different typing. And U-turn. So yeah, Zapdos status. But we named it Truth, another Destiny reference. I know, I'm sorry, it's the last one. I'm not trying to nerd out on you. But Truth because in Destiny, Truth is a rocket launcher that homes in on targets. And I figure, you know what? Scissor's kind of mean like that. You know, you can go pursue Scissor and kind of wreck some lives. Plus bullet punch for that priority. And Scissor's just such a powerful pick. I couldn't turn it down. So I figure, you know what? I have a fire weakness. I have an ice weakness. But we can bring the rain, so what can plus off that? And I was like, you know, I'm gonna be that guy. I've never seen this draft in a league format, and I'm gonna be the one to do it. We went Kingdra. I know Kingdra's not great, but it's still power. You can still give it that. You still give it a Swift Swim. That pluses off Zapdos' Rain, lets it use Thunder, gets rid of Scissor's weakness, and now Kingdra can be a sweeper. Speaking of sweeping, you can also give it a wow, Scope Lens, I think? Shows how much I know. You can give it a Scope Lens, you can give it Focus Energy, and then just watch the Draco Meteors fly forever. Plus, Kingdra's stats allow it to be tanky if it has to. Not to mention that Dragon Dance setup. So I think Kingdra's gonna be pretty powerful. I actually went with Fluffy for his nickname. If anyone's watched my randomized Emerald Lock, our starter was a pink Kingdra named Fluffy. Because I was like, oh my god, it's so pink and nice and dangerous looking. Like, what's the most ironic nickname I can come up with? So Fluffy. Kingdra got there really hard in that file, and it pretty much stuck with me, so welcome to the team, Fluffy the Kingdra. I have high hopes for you. After Kingdra, I was like, you know, what can I grab up? I really don't have anything that can set hazards. I don't have anything tricky. I really want something that can set hazards up. I want something that can make hazards not come. I need a Taunter. And I need something that can make use of status attacks. So I thought, you know, we're doing a Glaze Lock right now, and I've never used this Pokemon, so let's go Frostlass. Because Frostlass is... I'm gonna jump to this point now. I nicknamed my Frostlass my ex, because Frostlass is a tricky bitch. They just have so much in common. Frostlass is ice type, Frostlass is a ghost. But I thought it was funny. We're obviously not on very good terms, so it's whatever. But I like Frostlass. Frostlass can taunt, it can set spikes up, it's got 110 base speed, which can easily be combined with Destiny Von. Especially after they break the Sag, and they're like, oh my god, it's like all the one. I think it gets Curse Body. It does get Curse Body. Plus, if I really want to be a douchebag, I can set up Hail for no reason. For literally no reason. There's absolutely zero reason I'd be setting up Hail, but I can do it. But I think Frostlass is going to be pretty fun. It also has a pretty weird array of moves with, like, I think it gets Pursuit, Crunch, obvious, Ice Beam's obvious. But Frostlass pretty much speaks for itself. It's just there to be spooky. But, next pick, I really wanted to close in on a potential defensive core with Scizor and Seismitoad. Each only have one weakness, they both counter each other's out, and I think that can really, really screw with some teams. So we have Seismitoad. Obviously, he's got to be Jiraiya. Like, I'm not a big anime fan, but he was a fantastic character in Naruto. But Seismitoad's got potential. He's got potential. All of his stats are pretty well-rounded enough to be able to do whatever he wants. He can set up rocks. You can give it an Assault Vest. It learns Drain Punch. It's a very decent tank with Scald. And its HP is just enormous. So I think Seismitoad is going to put in some use. It's also got the Swift Swim in case I do want to stick with Rain. And I mean, in all honesty, I didn't even think of potential Rain here until the Don Fanatic was nice enough to point it out to me, because I'm kind of stupid. But anyway, Seismitoad is there just to pretty much cover up the core we can have with Scizor. This next pick it's such a bad pick, but it was actually a snipe. Because someone messaged me and they're like, yo, you should pick Mammoth Swine. Like, I can't afford it, but you can totally do it. You'll wreck everyone's team. It destroys the format right now with everyone's picks. And I was like, I could pick Mammoth Swine, but I'd rather have Sceptile. So we grabbed up Sceptile, and it turns out I actually sniped someone else. He was so mad that I just had to name it after him. So Kyle the Sceptile is here. And Sceptile's very straightforward. It's got 120 base speed, which I love. Very good special attack. 85 physical attack, which it's bad on paper, but after seeing the physical attacks that Sceptile can learn and stacking it with Sword Dance, plus the Unburden, I know Focus Sash is a pretty obvious and lackluster strategy. It still kind of works, especially since it gets quick attack. So even priority isn't 100% kill. So we can use the Focus Sash, set up a Sword Stance, get the Unburden boost, and then if there's priority, just quick attack them. So I mean that speaks for itself. Plus you have Sceptile just has such great attacks. You get E-Quake, you get Focus Blast, it has access to Dragon type attacks now that Mega Sceptile is a thing. I mean, just in case you end up going against, like, Salamence, God forbid. But, you know, it's Sceptile. I like Sceptile, and I don't particularly enjoy grass types, and the ones I do enjoy I plan to pick up, whether it be bad or not. But, you know, by this point, almost, not completely, almost everyone has a Mega. And I'm thinking, oh my god, I need a Fairy type. Sylveon got drafted round 1. Granbull got picked up, like, I think round 6. Round 6, Granbull got picked. Mega Altari was gone already. And I'm thinking, oh my god, what am I gonna do? I need a Fairy. Like, I can't have my team susceptible dragons. So, we did the unbelievable, and decided, you know, I still have a Mega pick. It's really not a bad Mon. Let's go Mega Diancie. And honestly, look at those stats, man. I mean, everything is well over 100 except for HP. And HP is the downfall, but those defenses are disgustingly good. The offenses and the speed are both 110. Really, if it's only 50 base HP, I can easily deal with that. Especially with things like Calm Mind. And Diamond Storm. Given that has nothing to do with its low HP, I just wanted a reason to state that it learns Diamond Storm. But obviously, being a Marvel fanboy, I can't even call myself that, I like DC too. But obviously, being a Marvel fan, I had to name it Emma Frost. I mean, you know, just in case you don't know who she is, I'm gonna give you a second. Okay. See, they already have the same outfit. Plus, Emma Frost's power, she covers herself in diamonds. She can make herself diamonds. Plus, you know, that awesome telepathy, the protection from psychic attacks, you know, that kind of jazz. And I feel like, you know, Mega Diancie kind of has that covered. Also, shout out to Kyle for reminding me that Nishandra from Dark Souls also bears a resemblance to Mega Diancie, which, if I had thought of, I probably would have named it that, but it felt fake, I couldn't do it. But Mega Diancie's power is gonna cover up, yeah, it's gonna cover Dragon with those that ice typing. Unfortunately, it's also Rock type, which gives us a slew of other weaknesses, which we have covered pretty well. I prefer not to have the Rock typing, but it's whatever. I'd rather have Mega Diancie over, like, Wigglytuff, or, I mean, I couldn't afford Clefable. I'm not gonna draft Clefairy. It wouldn't be all that bad. Clefairy's not terrible, but Mega Diancie's just better, in my opinion. But pick 8. Every league ever. I really wasn't even gonna pick it. But I figured, you know what, I have the points. It's on the table. It covers 2 types that I need. And I just can't go into battle without my Red Rocket. Of all 3 drafts that I'm in, I picked Infernape round 1 in the WPF. I picked Infernape round 1 in the Salary League. And I tried not to, but I picked Infernape round 8 in the ISA because no one grabbed it up. It's still there. I had enough points to pick it up. Why not go for my red rocket? I mean, I say this every time, but it can do anything. It can be a special attack or physical attack or mixed attack. You can give it a scarf, band, specs. You can make a utility with a sash and throw some stealth rocks out there. It pluses so hard with Blaze once you knock the sack off. You can sack yourself to hit him with a giant flare blitz. Or if you don't want to sack yourself, an overheat. But if you wanted to, there's even a physically defensive Infernip set. That's a thing. Like, that's completely real. The fighting fire typing balances out its very weakness. Infernip is just, I don't know, I feel like it's tier 1. I've been using Infernip since Wi-Fi battling was invented back in Diamond and Pearl. It's my favorite competitive mon. And honestly, I have no idea why I named it Red Rocket. Oh, I named it Red Rocket because my first competitive Infernip turned out to be shiny. And it just stuck forever. For like 8 years, it stuck, and I can't go into a battle without my Infernip. I just can't do it. But enough of my bias. Pick 9. I've never used this mon. I've fought this mon maybe like 3 times. I don't really play OU. Maybe 3 or 4. But I figure, you know what? It's really something I need right now. It's got access to U-turn. It's very powerful, and it goes to rain. So we decided, you know what? Let's grab up that Tornadus Therian, because that is so much power in one mon. If I get the rain up, we can go for the Hurricane. It can go for the U-turn. It can go for the fucking knockoff, and it's got Regenerator. Why does it have Regenerator? But Tornadus is, I feel like it's gonna be a very, very powerful aspect to my team. I really do whether rain's up or not, because it can just do so much. It's one of the fastest mons that have been drafted. I think it is the fastest non-mega that got picked up, honestly. But especially for a around 9 pick, that's too powerful. I can't pass up Tornadus. I saved my points up specifically so I could have one more S tier, and I think I used them wisely on this one. But back down to the lower tiers. I'm looking at my team, and I realize, you know what, I have a Defogger, I have another Defogger, I have Taunter, I have another Taunter, and I have a potential 3rd Defogger. I need something that can spin. I need to spin, and I need something else that can hit really hard, because I want that offense. So, I'm looking down the list, and I really wanted Hitmonlee, but it was just a little bit out of my point range. So I decided, you know what, the Hitmonchan's still good. We'll go Hitmonchan. Just because I feel like it's got hidden potential. I mean, it's got poor defensing, well, poor physical defense, very poor special attack, which doesn't even matter. Poor HP, but very good physical attack and special defense. And I figured, you know what, I did run Assault Vest, Hitmonchan, and RU. It does work with a Scarf and a Band. Let's grab up that Hitmonchan. So we grabbed up Little Mac. Side story. My first time playing Smash 4. I was watching a demo of it, and I was like, wow, Little Mac's really good. He got really great ground control. Like, so long as you keep center and continuously hit as hard as you can, Little Mac is a great character. It just can't jump. At all, he can't jump. He has no jump whatsoever. His recovery is absolutely awful. And I was like, you know, let's kind of Hitmonchan. I feel like Hitmonchan can't jump very high. But one good hit and they're down. So obviously Hitmonchan had to be Little Mac. Last pick. This pick gave me so much trouble. So much actual trouble, it's insane. Because originally I wanted Ariados. I wanted Ariados. Willikers sniped me out of it, and I lost it. I was like, oh my god, this is unreal. So I decided, you know, I can't have Ariados. I'll go Licky Licky. Licky Licky was too many points because it got moved up to D rank. I couldn't pick Licky Licky. And I'm sitting there like, oh my god, what do I do? Like, I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I come down to, I could have Machoke, I could have Marowak, or I could have Meganium. I need something that can tank, and they can all do it while doing something else. And I'm scrolling around and I'm like, well, Whiscash can tank pretty well. Not great, but pretty well. And it would give me 2 water ground types, which dual typing isn't necessarily, well, dual, but multiple types aren't necessarily great. But being in ground water is pretty fantastic defensively. It would really help solidify my core. Plus, Whiscash has hydration. If I really want to go for rain, we can rest forever and just keep recovering. And it learns Dragon Dance for 0 reason whatsoever. But Whiscash is, honestly, I really just picked it because I was running out of time. I might get rid of it and just spot Lickitung in there with the Eviolite so I can have a Cleric, because my team is extremely weak to status. It really is. I have nothing that can heal Bell outside of Mega Diancie. I have no Aromatherapy. I don't even know if Sceptile can learn that, or if it can, how. But bottom line, we're very weak to status, which is why I wanted Machoke. But I didn't want 3 fighting types. 3 water types is okay because 1's a water dragon and 2 a water ground. But not 3 fighting types. I can't do that. So we went with Whiscash. And I'm really hoping, I really want a Whiscash sweep just so bad. I just want a Whiscash sweep. Sweep. But that's the draft right there. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know. Constructive criticism is always welcome. If you want any kind of criticism is welcome. I can take a troll. It'll be fun. But that's about it. We are going to start on week 1, November 16th, I believe. So that gives everyone enough time to prepare. It gives everyone enough time to look over the rosters and get their own mons tested out if they're unfamiliar with them, which will really help me because I'm not completely familiar with Mega Diancie or Tornadus or Whiscash, honestly. Who knows? Whiscash might turn out to be really good. But yeah, guys, hopefully I will be seeing you sooner than later. We have a little over a week, I think. But past that, I am out. I will see you next time. Have a good one.